Hello, it is David from evolutional.com, your transformational coach and blogger here. This video is about the power of your story, the power of belief, the power of possibility or no possibility when it comes to very quick little thoughts that are deeper beliefs that can rise up and prevent us from doing something. And the belief I'm talking about is simply, I can't. Like the little engine that could, the opposite of that. And I have a story about this. I was staying at a friend's house a couple weeks ago down in Denver. I live in a town outside of Denver, but down in Denver. He had a lock on his front door because he has a lot of guests that come in and out, like a little lockbox, right? So I was there with him, and I noticed that this lockbox, he would leave it open, even though the key wasn't there, with the code on it. So if somebody came by and saw the code, and they were smart enough, they'd be able to figure out, okay, well, I'll just wait till it's closed because there's the code. And I said, man, you can't do that. I lived in New York for 10 years, so I think like this, and he just doesn't think like that. I think, security-minded, and he lives in the city. So anyways, he says, well, go ahead and change it for me. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. Cool. So I went to the lock, and I saw the lockbox, and I looked down at it. And behind on the back side is a little switch that you have to push down to be able to reset the lock. Okay, so I figured this out, that much. But I kept pushing it, and I couldn't push it. I couldn't change the switch. I didn't know how to do it. And the story comes up, bam. I have this old story that while I'm good at doing computer stuff, anything mechanical, anything like fix-it or home improvement oriented, I'm no good at. My dad is great at that stuff. He is awesome. He can solder stuff and do wiring and all that stuff. And my story has always been, I'm no good at it. So I basically started to give up, or I gave up. And then I said, wait a minute. Look at what just happened there. I was so close to figuring it out, and I just about gave up, said I can't do it. So I persisted. I said, I can do this. Excuse me. I can do this. I'm almost there. I can figure this out. And it took me a few minutes more, and I finally got it. Big whoopee deal, David, right? Big whoop on that little story. But I want to show you the power in that little story. I wanted to tell that story, a little one, because when you say, I can't get in shape, I can't get the job that I want, I can't have the life that I want, it's the same thing. You give up when you say you can't do it, or you try a little bit and you say I can't, and you stop. Same thing with changing the lock. So our beliefs are creating our reality inside out by what we believe to be possible or not. That's the lesson here. And the story that we tell ourselves, so the network of beliefs that are chained together, that are running, boom, 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 boom. So more of a core belief, I have my story that I can't fix things, but the core belief is just that I can't do this thing, or I'm no good at this thing. And one of the little tricks in there that's happening that I often find for myself and when I coach people is that it's really easy to get caught up in that I can't and have it just overrun you, okay? It just goes by like that. And if you're not aware of the story, and then it goes to a deeper level, that it doesn't mean that you're not capable as a person, you just don't have that skill set yet. Often we associate the skill set with ourselves, our intrinsic value as a human being, and it's one of the downfalls, I guess, of our mind, is that we think, well, if I can't fix this lock, or if I can't kick the soccer ball well, or I can't play the instrument, then I've failed as a human being. I just can't. Well, it's not true, and once you learn this, and you can create your story, your narrative, the easier it becomes to do. Now, it does take practice because it is in the body, it's in the brain, it's in the emotional centers of the brain. So if you're used to saying I can't a lot, then yeah, it's going to take practice. It's not going to feel authentic at first. But you have to realize that construct, that belief, is filtering in so much more than is filtering in or out so much more and really shaping what we're capable of and what's possible for us, okay? So I wanted to make a video on that, give you a quick story, and how I, on the spot, saw the belief and almost quit when I almost quit, and then I persisted and I fixed the lock, fixed the lockbox, okay? So I hope that simple story had some power for you. I'd love for you to share your stories below the video or on the blog, wherever this video ends up. And until next video on evolution, take care. Bye.